Hello hopeful friends, I'm Della from Court of Hope, Cornwall. Tomorrow is the 23rd of February, which is the first day of the 100 Day Project 2025. This year I'm going to use all my leftover bits of black, white and gold multimedia scraps that I've been saving, and I'm going to make a hexagon junk journal. So this is my first junk journal, although I've been looking at them for a long time. So it's going to be very, very simple. First of all, I'm going to cut out some more of these hexagons using A4 paper, or it's cardstock. And I'm just going to use the one I've already done as a template and draw around it with my gold Sharpie so that I can see it. Just using ordinary scissors. These are not my best sewing scissors, of course. And I'm going to keep these pieces because I may use them later on in my project. Every day I'm going to use this smaller hexagon template and cut out or paint or draw or whatever I fancy this size and shape and add it to my page. So at each week I will have what effectively is a grandmother's flower garden of mixed media pieces to make each page. I've worked it out that 7 to a page means I need 14 pages of 7. That will give me 98 days, and then the front cover and the back cover will make my 100 days. So I need to cut some more of these out, and then I'll show you some of the papers that I have. Here's a small selection of the papers that I've been collecting. So I've got some wrapping paper. This is a gift bag, some black tissue paper, some good old peel-offs, some beautiful gold tissue paper, gold crepe paper, no idea where that came from, some of the cut-offs from when I made my hexagons, and this is actually a paper crown from this last Christmas's Christmas crackers. So, but instead of the usual tissue, I don't know where we got those, but they're rather lovely. I also have some Inca Gold paint, which I will be using. Some gold. This is actually some gold striping nail polish that I've had. It's years old. 2 different gold pens, and I've also got this. Now I haven't used this yet, but it was a Christmas present from my youngest stepdaughter, Beth. Thank you very much, Beth. And it looks absolutely gorgeous because apparently it doesn't need a sealer. So I'm going to have a play with that. Really looking forward to using this, and I'll let you know how it goes. So I've cut out all my backgrounds. I think for the front cover and the back cover I shall use something different. I shall use some reclaimed card that I'll probably paint. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to sign off here, and I'm going to start filming tomorrow with my first hexagon. For you it will be a few seconds, for me it will be 24 hours. See you in a minute. Here we are on day 1 of the 100 Day Project, and I'm going to create my front cover. So I found these, I think they were old envelope type folders, and one is yellow. Now I think I'm going to keep the yellow as it is because it's goldy yellow, and I'll probably use this for the back page, so I'll put that to one side. But this one was definitely worse the wear. You can see it's quite faded, but use what you have. So I'm going to gesso this first, because I do want to incorporate some white into my project. Ooh, that's quite a lot. Never mind, I can scoop it up. So you may have noticed that I am using my black matte, my lovely hemline gold black matte as a background, but I've put glass over the top of it, and this is actually an old double glazed sealed panel that came out of our door when we put the new cap flap in. So we were just going to take it to the local recycling place, but I thought, I'm sure I can use that for something, like you do. And then when I knew I was going to do this project with paint, I thought, ooh, I know, I'll give that a try, and it fits perfectly. So it can all be wiped down. So that's just a rough coating. I'm going to let that dry and do a couple more coats. Because you may hear the pitter patter of my cat. Hello, you've come to help. If there's any paw prints and anything, that's his lordship. And if this was a glass table, you see he's right under my feet now. But I think I'm going to scoop some of that back into the pot, let this dry, give the cat a bit of a fuss, and then I'll be back. Here we are, several hours later. I've actually had to do 3 coats of gesso on this side, and I've just done 1 on this side because it takes so long to dry. So the inside of the front cover will have something added to it later. For now, I'm going to use Inca Gold, and I've decanted it onto a piece of my black scrap. So just very gently with your finger. Fingers are brilliant for using this stuff. I'm just going to go very gently around the edge. Now, I'm not sure if that looks gold on film, but I promise it is. And you just build it up how you want it. And the reason I'm decanted it onto this paper is because I was very pouring it out onto my table. I'm going to have to scrape all of this off, aren't I? So although a glass table is very good for that sort of thing, I thought, well, if I put it onto the paper, I can actually reuse that afterwards for something else. So that was a little bit thick there, but you just keep rubbing it and it evens itself out. So I'm going to carry on with that for a while because it's a bit boring you just watching me do that. Well, that didn't take too long. Hopefully now you can see the gilt. It's very pretty in real life. And I can always add some more. I put rather a lot of Inca Gold onto my palette, so I don't want to waste it because it does dry up quite quickly. And I've had my fingers on it, so I don't want to put it back in the jar because although I've washed my hands, it's got oil and things on, so I don't want to contaminate it. So I thought I would go around the edge of my my card. So this should have a completely different look than the white. Oh, it does. Look at that. See that already. So once again, I'm going to do that off camera. I've been quite generous here because I have plenty on my my palette, and it's not particularly shiny at the moment because it's quite thick, but as you burnish it in, it becomes more metallic, so I'm going to do that now. Again, that didn't take long, and it really is very pretty. And I still had quite a bit of Inca Gold left on my palette, so I've spread it out as much as I can. It is really beginning to dry now, but it was very thick in that area, so I've just used my fingernail. I will experiment with more things just to create some lines and texture. Just thin it out a little bit more. And I'm sure I can use that for something. Waste not, want not. That can go in the bits and bobs pile. So there's for now, my front cover. I'm really pleased with the way this has turned out. I wasn't expecting to do that, so happy accident with the extra. I might even, when I've finished the 100-day project, I might even glue that inside the front cover. So I'm glad I only did one coat there, or I might even embellish it a bit more and use it as the front cover and then have that as the inside of the front cover. I don't know. So there's my prep and day one. I hope you're all having fun. Do please like this video and subscribe. I'll also be putting my photos on Instagram at Della. So meanwhile, stay hopeful and we'll see you next time. Bye.